I wasn't expecting to get emotional in this album, but that was really surprisingly stunning. Hello, welcome to this video. My name is Dan, aka Lucent. I'm a lover of music, a listener of music, a maker of music, and today I'm going to be listening to and reacting to Madonna's brand new album, Confessions 2. Let's go. Cool. Right, welcome to this video, everyone. I'm very, very excited about this reaction today. If this is your first video of mine that you've clicked on, welcome. But I have spent the last year basically doing like a Madonna deep dive. I started off with all the 80s stuff, and then I've been going through the albums since Erotica all the way to Confessions on a Dance Floor 1, some are on YouTube, some are on Patreon. And I have slowly but surely come to appreciate Madonna's artistry beyond the hits. And so here we come to this brand new era. It's been said that like her albums in recent memory haven't quite lived up to her highest heights. But yeah, so kind of going into this, I was a little bit skeptical whether she could kind of recreate the magic, especially with like a sequel project. You're like setting yourself up. But from the pre-release singles I've heard and from the film, it's looking like, I don't know, maybe she's smashed it. My kind of question will be, like, has she actually been able to pull this off? Has she been able to kind of return to form? What a cliche, but you know what I mean. But yeah, I've also been watching the tours. I watched the Confessions tour last month and was like, oh my God, I'm f***ing obsessed. And it kind of adds like a whole other layer to understanding Madonna as an artist. But yeah, before we get into the video, make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Make sure to check out my other Madonna reactions if you haven't already. And head over to Patreon for bonus content, including my full, unedited reactions to the Confessions tour. And if you're watching this on YouTube, my reaction to the Blonde Ambition tour will also be up on Patreon now as well. So there's lots of lovely bonus stuff on the £3 tier. But if you want to watch this video without any cuts in it, then that's on Patreon as well, but it's in the £7 tier. So yeah, if you want to head over there and support me on Patreon, then head over there. The link is in the top comment and in the description. I'm forever in your debt, my lovely patrons. And also, make sure to let me know what your top 5 songs are from this album in the comment section. And I'm going to be sharing my top 5 songs at the end of the video. So, first song is I Feel So Free, which I reacted to first time I heard it was over on Patreon. Anyway, first song is I Feel So Free. Let's go. It's kind of a cool way to enter the album, isn't it? Like,
thanks for coming. Sometimes I like to just hide in the shadows.
oh,
Create a new persona, different identity.
oh,
I can be whoever I want to be.
what a way to start it, hey?
I could be like other people
Oh,
on the dance floor. I feel so free.
oh my God, that just gives me chills. What a smooth way to enter the dance floor. Feels like you're walking on.
It's really hard for me to trust people.
All this like spoken word stuff really reminds me of Erotica.
That's why I like to go dancing. First.
That fucking hi-hat situation. Connect to the sky, future love. That's what it reminds me of, doesn't it? I suppose there is a specific connection to that and I Feel Love, isn't there? You know, very intentional, I think.
I can't explain.
The whole thing, the freedom and anonymity, it's like straight there. Come on, let's do it right. The chords are great as well. I love how the chords have like evolved throughout the song, you know? It's actually so much nicer to re-listen to this since when it first came out, now that I can have a bit more context with the film and everything. Oh, yeah. Is that an organ, like a church organ? Oh.
Everything begins with consciousness.
Oh. Ah. fucking insane. Ah! Oh, it's so good. Yeah. I mean, if you saw my last Confessions reaction, you'll understand that I fucking was obsessed with the transitions, and that just got me. Well, it's funny because like when I first heard it, I was like, oh, this is interesting. But like, I don't know, maybe it didn't kind of click out of context. But now I've seen the film, you know, I've seen all the promo. I understand now Confessions 1 a lot more. And coming back into it now as the opener of this album, it makes just the perfect amount of sense. It's kind of a Morpheus. You know, the song kind of moves. It never like explodes. It kind of just crests, and it just feels like one of those kind of like deep house kind of things where you're just like taken from one place to the next and you're carried gently through all these beautiful phases. Yeah, it feels like it takes you on a journey. It's so beautiful. Obviously, you kind of have the vocal and the melodies and stuff, kind of keeping everything centered. But underneath that, you have chords that actually move to some really, really interesting places. There's references to I Feel Love / Future Lovers, but then it kind of evolves past that reference, and the chords then take on something almost like evangelical. Let's do it right. That bit. Like the chords underneath it change. When it happens the last time, it does the Picardy third thing. It's in the minor key, but then it resolves into the major key instead. And it creates this lift, and it's used in like Christian music. It's meant to bring you close to God. That's kind of the feeling. And Madonna uses it to like kind of create this like evangelical spiritual experience on the dance floor. And it's not the first time she's done it, but I love that like at the beginning of this album, she's returning to that theme immediately and embedding it in us from the start. And then like lyrically, when I go to the dance floor, I can be who I want to be. Safety in numbers, anonymity in the darkness. That's very much like the promise of going to the dance floor for so many of us. But you think about it for her, who is somebody who is ultra, ultra famous, it must be like a real, real escape. You know, yeah. And the way it's presented, this closeness, this like intimacy, it feels like we're stepping into the world. When you have something quiet on a track, it brings you in, it makes you lean in, and she's making us lean in so that we can follow her into the dance floor. Thanks for coming. Sometimes I like to just hide in the shadow, create a new persona. Honestly, I wish I could be like other people and just not care. But out here on the dance floor, I feel so free. Oh, so fucking brilliant, isn't it? Not only does this work for Madonna as a person, but it also works for like her queer audience, you know, as listeners, because truly like gay bars have been a place of like self-actualization and escape and comfort for so many people for decades and decades. You know, we grow up in our small towns and we go to the big city and we go to a gay bar and we can finally wear what we want to wear. We can finally behave how we want to behave. We can finally like be a slut and it's all good. You know, it's that kind of thing, that self-actualization, the freedom that you find by entering a dance floor space. She captures that all in the spoken word, and it's so intimate. It's fabulous. It's really hard for me to trust people. Can you blame me? I never know what people like me. I mean, that speaks even more specifically to Madonna's experience. Like her whole life, people are going to be coming up to her wanting something out of her. Being so lonely, I can't take anymore. Give me champagne so I can get to the floor tonight. Oh, baby, let's do it right. It's just absolutely a perfect beginning. And that transition was so satisfying. Cool. Song number 2, Good for the Soul.
Everything begins with consciousness.
With consciousness. Okay. All these big sweepy things are so beautiful. We're in space. This was in the film, wasn't it? Yeah. So good. Wow, it's like a space opera. It has like all these kind of cool sci-fi references, but then also this kind of disco with the piano and everything. It's like, it's really cool. We will be one, we will be divine. That it's good for the soul. That side chain in her voice just kills me. It's so good. I'm so ready for Pride. It's gonna be so good. It's really cool. The way that the sidechain is still holding down the rhythm, but like it's kind of all like, it's so cool. That syncopated strain brings in so much great tension. I love how dry it is as well. That's so cool. Ready?
People think that dance music is superficial.
I can't cope with these transitions. It's killing me. It's so good. I love the feeling of that one. It was just really cool. The vision of it, you know, you're kind of being like gently brought into the world. And then once we're in the world, it's sci-fi. That was the one with the vagina lasers, right? If I remember correctly from the film. But that, you know, the neon of it, the green of it, the kind of almost like alien world of it, it very much is like fantasy. And this is kind of like the self-actualization, the creating your new persona, the fantasy of it, and just indulging in the fantasies. It feels like that's kind of what this song is, and how good for your soul it is to just let go. And the way that the song sounds feels like that kind of fantasy. You're taken into space. You've got the orchestral element, which has a space opera kind of element to it. Kind of takes you to like Star Wars or something. Do you know what I mean? Dance music is anything. As long as there is a good fucking beat and some great syncopation going on, it's dance music. And like, it can be whatever you want it to be. You can be whoever you want to be, and the music can be whatever it wants to be, you know? It's so good. Sometimes I say things and I'm like, yeah. Everything begins with consciousness. I guess that's that idea of being aware, being locked in, traveling through space and time, interstellar helix unwind. Well, I like the idea of like the DNA connections, the helix, but it's an interstellar helix. It's like the DNA of the universe or something. Don't forget that it's good for the soul. To let down your hair and breathe in the air, good for the soul. It's like really beautiful imagery, you know, letting down your hair, letting it like dance in the rain, no need to explain. Oh, it's just letting go. It truly is just like letting go and connecting to something spiritual, you know, drifting through the stars for miles. Moon is in Virgo, the sun is in the sky, Venus in Taurus, the planets aligned. I love the space age astrology aspects of this. We will be divine. Time is a river we cannot unwind. Ooh. It feels like mature reflections on what freedom is, understanding your own freedom and taking charge of your own freedom before it's taken from you, you know. As a woman in her late 60s, this is like an important thing for her to kind of pass down, I think. You know, it's something that she's learned throughout her life. And that's something that I'm hoping that as we kind of go on, we explore even more. Some people, especially when they get a bit older because of societal pressures and prejudice, don't necessarily like lean into the fact that they are older and wiser. But I like that we've already got 2 songs where Madonna very much feels like she's from that wiser perspective, and I really appreciate that she's leaning into it so far. Right, next one. This is One Step Away.
Ready?
Ready? Yes.
People think that dance music
So
is
cool.
superficial. Got it all wrong. The dance floor is not just a place. It's a threshold.
It just gives me chills. That rhythm is so sick.
One step away from your freedom. Dance so black.
Nice.
Understand your violence and the trauma you survive. Nobody's free until they're broken. One step away from this rebel life. One step away.
That's just... I love the kind of like intimacy and the vocal lines that kind of head over the top of this like thumping deep thing. Ooh. I love like the kind of unexpected surprise elements of like friction in the sound design. It's so cool. Yeah. That's so cool. Yeah. Yeah. That central just so simple, but just so satisfying. I love that it persists through all these different kind of sounds and filters and whatever. It's great. I love how much lightness is in this, you know.
Ask yourself this.
Oh god, it's like a dream the way that this album flows together, isn't it?
I got something I want to talk about.
Oh yeah, okay. I was gonna say, I know that we've got into the next song here, Oh God! Obviously, this is another continuous mix. We knew that she had to do a continuous mix for Confessions 2 if she was going to do Confessions 1. It's actually very difficult to actually even hear where one song begins and one song ends, and that kind of creates this like floating feeling. If the first one was more like up and at it and dance on the floor, this one is much more like settle back, settle on in. We're going to be here for a while. Get comfortable. We're going to be dancing. It almost feels like a more like confident, mature kind of approach to movement and dance. And I just love that, like, in this murkiness, she's captured the darkness in which we can find freedom. That's how the album feels so far, the way it flows one into another. In the smoke, in the dark, in the sweat, it just captures all of that. And yes, within that, that is where the freedom is, you know, and that is the central thing that we are circulating around so far in this album. And it is just like so concise and so well done. It's brilliant. It's really just fab. People think the dance music is superficial, but they've got it all wrong. The dance floor is not just a place, it's a threshold. I literally love that so much. A ritualistic space where movement replaces language. Me, it is. And that's kind of the thing that like is something that I've realized since I've started doing this channel and started doing like all my music dissections, is that like often whenever I hear dance music, it's about returning to something primal. The best dance music understands this. And this is what she's expressing, you know, in this ritualistic area. It also ties together the themes that we kind of explored on Confessions 1. I think specifically in like Future Lovers, and then later on with like Isaac and stuff. This idea that like the dance floor is a spiritual place. The dance floor is my church, you know, is such a key theme on the first album. And I love that like she's going in even deeper. One step away from your freedom, one breath away from the dance of your life. Oh, understand your violence and the trauma you've survived. Nobody's free until they're broken. Oh my God. This is something that like everybody will understand as human beings on this planet. You cannot escape trauma, you know. Even if you have a very cozy life where nothing happens to you and you're very lucky, eventually people that you love will pass away. And that is just part of life. But the other perspective on that is like when you go through really, really difficult emotional things, you are free from the fear of it. Understanding that like once you've been broken open, then there is so much freedom for you to just live your life free from fear. And this is the place in which you can do it. I love this, like, you're one step away. It's the temptation. It's the, like, the hovering, like, you've almost, like, you've got one foot up and you're like, do I dare? Do I dare be free? Do I dare join the dance floor? Come experience that freedom with me. It's so sick. Right, let's go on to the next one. This is Bring Your Love, which I have heard. If you want to hear my first reaction, it is on Patreon. I also reacted. I've done so much Madonna stuff recently. I also reacted to the live debut of this with Sabrina at Sabrina's Coachella set. So yeah, if you want to check that out, it's on Patreon, £3 here. But yeah, let's get into the song as part of the album. I feel like it's going to make more sense for me, you know, with the context, you know.
Ask yourself this.
I love that like this album has absolutely zero concessions in terms of like how the song starts and stuff.
Sabrina, Madonna, I got something I want to talk about.
I can't get over like how cool that verse intro thing is, where it's tight and then it opens. That is so good. I love this idea of like friendship, that tightness. Yeah.
Bring it, Sabrina. You got something to say about it.
Bring me love. This song has really grown on me, I must say. I think after seeing the film, I kind of understood it a bit more, you know. Down. Sabrina. Madonna.
Something I want to talk about. I got something I want to talk about.
It's just,
Something I want to talk about.
I literally love it. I can't, it's so good.
Talk about.
Yeah, okay, we're moving on. Oh, so fabulous. I love like the way that like I've got something I want to talk about. Reminds me so much of like express yourself. I got something to say, and it goes something like this. So it kind of feels like a reference, even though it's not quite the same, but it kind of connects you to that feeling, you know, which is really nice. It's the kind of song that grows on you, I think, because the first time I heard it, I was like, okay, it wasn't kind of going where I maybe hoped it would go as a lead single. And maybe because I was holding it up to like Hung Up, which is obviously like explosive lead single. And this one's more chill, which the whole album is actually definitely more chill. It's more sophisticated. That's kind of where I'm going with this. But yeah, like, and so rather than kind of slapping you around the face, it does actually feel like a build. And actually in terms of the context of the album, the way that it kind of flows from this first three songs that feel quite kind of like airy and they move a lot of places and it's very reverby and stuff. That one to kind of get into the beat, almost like in a drier way, feels like a really satisfying place to kind of go at this point in the album. So yeah, it flows really nicely. Oh God, it's so good. Ask yourself this, what are you doing it for? Is it for you? Is it for them? I've got something I want to talk about. Interesting. Especially considering like Madonna talking to Sabrina, her almost like imparting advice onto the next generation of pop star. Are you doing it for yourself or are you doing it for other people? And it will be very important for Sabrina going forward to be able to draw that line, I think. So that's a really interesting wrinkage thing. Don't comment on my ideas. I don't want your judgment or your expectations. Sonically, it feels like we kind of come out into the light a little bit here. And lyrically, we're expressing that too. Like people are judging her now. She's not in the darkness. She's in the light right now. And so this is almost quite a defensive kind of response to being in the spotlight, you know. I think that that's very much intentional. If we've been hiding in the darkness of the dance floor, then this is the moment where you're kind of forced to be in the spotlight. And what is your reaction? And how are you going to defend yourself and look after yourself? I know where the bodies are buried. Don't try to shut me up. Don't try to distract me with numbers. I did it all for love. There's an idea of like understanding your own power, I think, in the industry. Madonna might be singing to like the label people. It's like, don't try and shut me up. I know too much about this business and I know where all the bodies are fucking buried. So I know my own worth and I know my own power in this situation. So, you know, try it. Bring your love because you cannot shake me. Bring your love because you'll never break me. Bring your love is an interesting kind of almost like flipping the script a little bit, because it kind of feels as if she probably from the verse would say, bring all your hatred. I don't care. I'm going to twirl and dance or whatever. But actually to kind of say, bring your love almost like re-empowers herself into kind of reframing like whatever it is that they're throwing at her. So it kind of has this kind of like, kind of feeling to it, you know? Don't shove your fears down my throat before I can speak. I can't even breathe. Don't try and control me. And again, we're talking about freedom. This one's basically making your own freedom by drawing boundaries. I didn't even notice this the first time I heard it, but actually hearing it more as like a declaration of like taking your own freedom from the powers that be, and actually how that works in terms of like Madonna passing this knowledge down to Sabrina is such a satisfying thing. Cool. Let's go on to the next song. This is DANCETERIA, which I've seen the film. And so this scene just was fabulous. And so I'm very excited to kind of experience the full song, you know. But yeah, I mean, if you want to see my reactions on Patreon, but oh my God. I also did a short as well. So if you want to watch that. But yeah, me. Right. Okay, let's go. Talk about. Oh, this just works so well. I can't cope.
Get off the train, 4, 5, 6, walk to the club, don't wait for shit. He's my best friend, he's my boy toy, we see the land, sweet.
I love how it's just like so cool and shit don't smell kind of vibes. Shit don't stink, that's the word. This almost kind of takes me back to like music era.
Everybody get up and dance.
What a great hook. Everybody get up and dance. So simple, so straightforward, but works so brilliantly. Get up and dance.
Get on the elevator, take us to the 3rd floor. Walk us to the dance floor. He's a DJ, hide the cocaine.
It's not what I say.
Yeah, there's something about the production that reminds me of like Gorillaz and Daft Punk and that kind of era of music, you know?
Get over here.
Everybody get up and dance.
Everyone here is a work of art.
Everybody get up and dance.
Get up and dance.
The party, there's Fat Five, Freddy and Basquiat. Keith, Harry, and Kenny Sharp.
Aw.
Came from Sean Frosty. See these guys spinning on their head. This Rocksteady crew and Crazy Legs. Puerto Rican boys
so good. Oh my god.
B-52s had money to burn.
Oh, this almost feels like Vogue. Of course it feels like Vogue, you know.
Let's have some fun. Let's have it on.
Everybody get up and dance. Everybody get up and dance.
Oh, this is so sick.
Everyone here is a work of art.
Oh.
Everybody get up and dance.
Okay, we are into the next song. Oh my god. Just brilliant. Oh my god, brilliant. That mid-late section, the bridge where it just flipped everything on its head was just so satisfying and like really unexpected to kind of like have like you know, that version of the chorus where everything was like chopped underneath. It was just really brilliant like production. Feels like, you know, is it Stuart Price? Let me just double check. Yes. I've heard loads of his stuff before, but it feels like he has just been continually improving his work, I suppose. Like, this is the kind of thing that like defines true artistry for me, is somebody who won't settle, who constantly explores. That is kind of like what art really is always about for me. And this is how Madonna has actually also been able to keep going all these years and create brilliant stuff. But you can hear it in Stuart as well. The way that like the production here feels evolved from Confessions 1 in such a sophisticated way. These really cool switch ups and strange things and details and stuff don't demand your attention. And so they have this like sense of like maturity and confidence to them. Younger producers might choose to be like, oh, look, this is a really cool thing I've come up with. Here it is. Put it really far forward in the mix. But Stuart just knows the power to just have it mixed, balanced, and nothing kind of oversteps itself. And so it just has this like regal kind of quality, you know. Everybody get up and dance. Get off the train, 456, walk to the club, don't want for shit. Meet this boy named Martin Burgoyne. He's my best friend. He's my boy toy. I'm going to assume that these are all like real people from like back in the day when she was like clubbing originally in New York. So people told me like when I watched the film about like the context of this club and this as being like an ode to all those people who she first discovered dance with back in the day. And isn't that such a beautiful, beautiful addition to the album, you know? But if this is like the point in her career where she's looking back at like her whole life and what she's learned, you know, then to go right back to the beginning, that first place that made you who you are, and to do this beautiful like ode to these people, it's just, it's wonderful. It's not what I say, it's not what I do, it's how my body language talks to you. I just want to lose myself in the groove. Get over here, everybody get up and dance. So we've got freedom, communication through body. Everyone here is a work of art. I just love that as like a lyric. It's just like the acceptance, the freedom to be exactly who you are. Everybody get up and dance. Then I see Mark Cummins is the DJ. He's the DJ. Hide the cocaine. He played my tape. Everybody. Oh, we played Everybody back in the day. Oh, that's so good. And then it really just like goes straight into like almost like a Vogue-esque listing off the famous faces. At that point, it was like the famous people who have kind of changed fashion. But here it's like, these are the people that changed me. These are the people who made me in this club. I just love that as like a presence on the album, to have this like moment of her like looking at the people who made her who she is. It's so, I love it. It's so good. See these guys spinning on their heads. There's Rocksteady Crew and Crazy Legs. Puerto Rican boys, they make me crazy. I love how she captures like the freedom and the craziness of this place as well. Like it's all just in the music. It's in the way that it's presented, you know. It's so fab. And then that like section of the film in the club toilet, and it always just going absolutely fucking bonkers with all the cameos as well. It's just such a fabulous way to like represent like this moment in her life, but also the power that the dance floor has to bring people together and change people for life. Oh, sparkling fucking jewel of a song. Love it. Obsessed. Right, I'm just going to quickly have an apple. Where were we? So we just did DANCETERIA. Let's go on to Read My Lips. Ooh, that's cool. I love the kind of like the people feels that you're in the space, you know. La Isla Bonita is back. I was not expecting an acoustic guitar. That's so fab.
You lie when you don't have to. They're gonna find you out. I don't believe a word that you say. You are not my
you off.
You're just broken. I ate the poison fruit. Knock me off my feet, but I will survive.
Yes. We've got the kind of still the 4 on the floor, and it still feels completely cohesive, and yet we've got an acoustic guitar.
Read my lips.
That beat is so good.
And I ate the poison fruit.
Whoa. Aha. Oh, this is with Feed. This clip was in the movie as well, wasn't it? I love that she kind of connects it into like modern, like Latin American dance music, because that very much is like, you know, think of like Bad Bunny and stuff, you know, it's like the biggest music in the world at the moment, you know? Cool.
You're just broken.
Yeah, it feels to me like the idea of like understanding that like people treating you like shit is not a reflection of you, but a reflection of them, you know?
Shut your mouth, shut your mouth.
These transitions are just brilliant. They're even better than the first album. They really are. Fab. Really enjoyed that. And I like that like at this point she's connecting to like modern Latin American music in a kind of meaningful way. I'm not like completely hot on like what rhythms mean what, but like stuff like reggaeton, dancehall is like really, really important parts of like dance music throughout history. And so kind of it being on here, I think is a really cool thing. You're giving leading actor. You want to steal the show. Shut your mouth. You lie when you don't have to. They're going to find you out. Also, it's like kind of like this sense of like posturing to get what you want. Read my lips, tell it to my face. And I realize you're just broken up inside. And I ate that poisoned fruit, yeah, it knocked me off my feet, but I will survive. Yes, there's a sense of like maybe letting somebody else's kind of broken internal crap affect your own confidence, believing maybe the bullshit that they're telling you. Yeah, there's certainly a sense of like mature reflection in learning and understanding that it's not you, it's what's going on inside of them. And so it's not your fault, you know, and you can let go of it. So it's all about letting go, all about freedom. Let's see if I can find the English version. When one stays quiet, you just go on and on and on. Mummy just dropped that complicated mess. Mummy means something a little bit different in Spanish. The complicated mess you're holding on to, I don't believe a word you say. So it almost kind of sees it from the other perspective, maybe, like the other side of the argument. You know, you always tell me that you think I'm a liar, but like, where's that coming from? Great, really enjoyed that. Right, next one. This is Everything. Starts a little bit like Vogue. Little bit.
When I close my eyes, everything is crystallized. It's not okay, it blows my mind.
Okay, interesting.
Close my eyes.
Oh, that's sick.
Blows my mind, blows my mind.
It's not okay. I don't fuck with it.
Okay. Oh.
I'm up here on the ceiling. It's my spiritual healing.
I like that idea, like the clarity of things coming into perspective once you kind of close your eyes and meditate almost.
It's not okay. I don't fuck with it.
That's such an interesting thing to throw in. It's such a cool kind of build up into that, you know. But we're really getting lost to the source at this point. This is like deeper, you know.
Why you always make me feel so bad?
Oh, we are still in the same song.
Why you cheating? Why you gotta hang around? When I close my eyes,
That's cool.
no one
That synth going on underneath here. Oh my god, that's so satisfying. Oh.
it's not okay.
Oh.
I don't fuck with it.
Everything is crystallized.
Ah.
No one
That fucking trance gate thing is just perfect here. Oh my god. Oh.
Wherever there's
Sick.
the greatest amount of darkness,
Wow.
To come outside into the light.
Oh, okay. Not my life. This is so good. I can't. Wow, that was fab. Obsessed. That was so much kind of deeper house. That late night after midnight, 1, 2 in the morning. It's getting trancey. It's more kind of unintelligible. It's deeper into the party, you know? But yeah, just that bringing in of the trance element was just so satisfying. You just take off, you know? And that's the thing about like this kind of music and that she captured on Confessions 1 and is capturing again here is this like simmering tension and then letting it go at the best time, you know? It's just really brilliant. When I close my eyes, everything is crystallized. No one wants to go outside. It's not okay. It blows my mind. I guess that's an expression of like talking about like the modern state of dance and society, I suppose. And if you think about like actually the way that Madonna views the dance floor, it's the necessary part of people's lives. This is a place for you to discover who you want to be. This is a place for you to process trauma. And now she's kind of reflecting on the fact that actually the modern generations don't even want to leave the house, you know? And I think that is a very kind of like prescient kind of thing to be talking about on this dance album. So many of these places, a lot of gay bars and stuff, clubs in general are closing because people just don't go out anymore. Why you always make me feel so bad about myself? Why you always make me want to be like someone else? I just want to shut you down. Why you got to hang around? It's not okay. I don't fuck with it. Yes, there's more judgment, more like pressure to, you know, conform. And she's trying to dance and yet there's these things kind of pulling her back, pulling her down. Whenever there's the greatest amount of darkness, that's where you'll find the greatest light. So come inside. It's not like go outside, it's come inside, into the lights, into the laser lights. Right, cool. Let's go on to the next one. This is Love Sensation. I already love it.
When I feel alone, I always wanna bring you near, 'cause you bring a smile, sunlight's all around you.
Yeah. I love how it's kind of like filtered this. Opening up, it's opening up. Oh, nice. I love the sample in here that's like hidden underneath all the production. It gives it so much depth. I love the like lightness and optimism that this song seems to kind of have, you know? It kind of feels like we've kind of broken into a more bright kind of territory, you know? Wow. Cool. Oh. Oh. Cool. Beautiful. I love like that they know exactly when to bring in the syncopation to just add that extra thing. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Oh, yeah. Oh, see what I meant by syncopation. Oh, brilliant. I love that. Oh my God, come on. Can't get over this. Brilliant. Yeah. Brought a brightness to it. This idea of like the love for a person or maybe the fans from them is like kind of what breaks her out of like kind of more difficult situations with people. Like it feels like we've been exploring the pressures of being in the spotlight, the pressures of judgment from other people. And now she's spinning it into like, well, actually, there's something that always frees me. There's nothing that we cannot do. When I feel alone, I always want to bring you near. When we go walking, sunlight's all around you. You always bring me back with your pure intention. That's lovely. Yeah, like, especially when you're getting lost with people who are like liars and trying to like, you know, get one up on you or like trying to control you. This is like the opposite of that. Like it's freedom from like people who don't have pure intentions and to find someone who does. And for that to like free you. Baby, come and get with me. There's something that I got to do. Baby, when you're here with me, there's nothing that we cannot do. This kind of almost feels like it could be like to her kids, you know, now that they've kind of grown up a bit, she can kind of almost see them as like a kind of new source of like joy, but like not necessarily as like purely her children, but as adults, you know. Whenever I doubt you, I have a premonition and I can see clearly where I should be. You set me free with your love sensation. I love it. It's like when I'm feeling mixed up, when I feel like people can control me, I return back to base and you're there to like remind me of what's important. Yeah, ground me. it's an endless source of joy. Well, I mean, the drawback is death and grief, but there we go. But let's, we're not talking about that bit yet. We probably will do at the end of the album, I'd imagine, if it's going where I think it's probably going to go. Right, next one is Love Without Words. So it feels like we're continuing from that vibe. Ooh. Oh, the super panned stuff is so fun.
Call it trance, call it house, call it love without words.
It's so cool. Oh my God, I love that synth. That's so cool.
Call it love without words.
Oh, I love that. This is what these dance genres express.
We have to come inside, he's on the other side.
I'm enjoying these like low vocals. They're cool. Nice.
Call it trance.
You are a sister to me that didn't want to own it.
Oh, nice.
Burn just like a fire, but from within.
Oh my God. Wow. Wow.
Please come in.
Oh,
Come to my house.
oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Call it trance.
This is mad.
Call it love without words.
This is a cloud. This is a temple of sweat and surrender.
A temple of sweat and surrender. Oh my God. Come on.
Dance. Makes our heads
This is so sick. Oh, come on. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. This is crazy fucking shit. I love it. Oh, so sick. Oh my God. Aye. I love these bending moments. They're so good. Stunning, 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 stunning. Obsessed with that one. That one just took it. Just such, it's just amazing, like the different places that it feels like we're going. It just meanders and moves and weaves in such a satisfying way throughout this album. And that one just like the way that like everything's manipulated and the way that it all kind of like flows into the next thing. It's just like, oh, it's so constantly surprising and yet so consistently satisfying. It's just fab. Like, oh my God. And I love this whole like this reflection of like dance music itself. Call it whatever you want. Let's go back to basics. The center of this is love without words, It's just gorgeous. It's so cool. Call it trance, call it house, call it love without words. We had to come inside, baby, free yourself, and love is on the other side. We all learn from what's outside, but love from in. Oh, okay, interesting, yeah. You got to burn just like a fire, but from within. We come from the rhythm that set us free. Yeah, there's so much but like sense of like self-discovery, self-actualization. And then from discovering those things, from exploring those things, you create that love within yourself. This is a club. This is a temple of sweat and surrender. What a fucking perfect line. Where rhythm replaces reason and movement when we dance, it makes our heads turn. Where the rhythm replaces reason. Oh, I literally love that. It's like forgetting about actively thinking. It's about relinquishing your kind of day-to-day need to overcomplicate and to think about stuff and like just surrendering to the music. It's so fabulous like how she is like understanding and like dissecting the like need to dance, the human freedom on the dance floor and everything from so many kind of like really detailed specified kind of angles, Right, next one, this is Bizzarre with Martin Garrix, who I feel like I haven't heard a Martin Garrix song since like 2010s,
Love is the strangest thing. Just when you think you finally let go, it comes back to you.
And Hollywood were a perfect prize. Shelby Cobra wasn't meant to last.
Interesting. Oh my God. This almost feels a bit ABBA.
Who knew love can be so bizarre?
Ah, yeah. Ah.
So bizarre. Can be so bizarre.
Oh, so good. What a hook.
1,000 reasons why you could never have me. Never know my dirty little secret. Now you're gone. Who knew love can be so bizarre?
Oh, I love that as a melody. It's really nice.
Can be so bizarre.
Oh. Oh, it's just this. It's constantly surprising. This album is constantly surprising. Like, I just can't rest on your laurels, you know?
Movie star, deep blue eyes, and Hollywood were a perfect prize.
Fucking hell. Again, with this, like, the building the tension and just bringing the beat in at the perfect moment. It's just.
Who knew love can be so bizarre? So bizarre.
Oh, this is just so good. I can't. Oh my god. This synth is very Martin Garrix, actually, I suppose. All those layered harmonies and stuff is so satisfying as well. Oh my god, this is so cool. Wow. Oh my god, I can't get over this. I just can't get over this album. That's one of my favorites so far. I feel like we've got so far through and I'm like, she's still fucking hitting it out of the park. There's no skips at all. It is very much like the whole way through. It works brilliantly. But that one just like took it to a whole other level again. Yeah. I mean, if I'm going to reflect on the album so far, I'm going to say that I feel like I Feel So Free, maybe One Step Away, DANCETERIA, Love Without Words, and Bizzarre, and Love Sensation are the ones that are really sticking out to me at the moment. That's kind of halfway through. We'll see how we get at the end. Obviously, I need to give a top 5 overall, but like, Jesus Christ, it's going to be hard. Yeah, that was just amazing. Amazing. Again, like, you think you know what you're going to get, and then something just comes out and just surprises you. Some sound, some place that it goes to, every single, it's constantly surprising and constantly flowing. It's just brilliant. Love is the strangest thing. When you think you finally let go, it comes back to you. Interesting. Movie star, deep blue eyes, and Hollywood, we're a perfect prize. She drove away too fast. Shelby Cobra wasn't meant to last. Interesting. Because obviously she's been in lots of relationships and maybe she's reflecting on like her past relationships and kind of like, you let go and you think that you've lost love and you think you're never going to love again, and yet something always kind of comes back. That seems to be like what she's reflecting on. Roll up the carpet for us, but you won't share it. I guess you're threatened by me. You won't admit it. These little things that you did made me want you. The fire was so intense. Who knew love could be so bizarre? It's almost like she's like been through all of these love affairs and she's, you know, in her 60s, and it's just like, I still don't quite get it. I never truly will understand this, the bizarre thing that is love, you know? I love that. That was brilliant. Loved that song. Right, next one is School.
There's only one thing I like more than sharing.
Interesting
what
tempo
I
and
know
rhythm
with
here.
other people. Please, someone, teach me something I don't already know.
Oh, I love how dry this is. Oh, fabulous.
I make moves in a
School is in session.
treat me, but you don't know.
God, another like really interesting meandering for a song. Like, it's kind of tripping on itself.
Once I had a master.
I love the through line of like the intimate spoken word. The chords sound almost like a little bit like discordant, don't they? That's like slightly off in a really interesting way, quite a dark way.
You make moves in a dance floor.
Pay me with your memory and not with your eyes. If I was your dealer, I would give you my cut. When
Oh my god. That metallic sound. I love this like constantly bursting with new ideas. We've got pitch shifter stuff, we've got metallic sound effects. Do you know what I mean? It's like, that's not what we started. You know, it's every single, it's crazy.
People really think
That was cool.
there's a beginning and an ending to this thing called life.
Oh my God. The ending of like, I told you. Oh my God. The thing is that this album is just absolutely constantly surprising. And it's mad to kind of think that Madonna has actually fucking done this. I think everyone kind of counted her out after like albums that, from what I've heard, kind of, she lost kind of some sort of creative thread in some way. And how has she managed to kind of come back and just do it again? And this is the thing, is that you should never count her out. It doesn't matter how long it's been since she's kind of had a hit. She will come back and she will find a way to become the center of the conversation and to become the next phase of what music is to be. You know, she did it, you know, multiple times throughout the 80s. She did it with Ray of Light. She did it with Confessions 1. And it just feels like she's done it again. And it's incredible to find that inspiration. You know, this song, it feels different from everything else that we've had so far, but it feels like a continuation of everything else we've had so far. It feels like we're exploring multiple different phases and places within the song itself. You'd think that it would be difficult to find that level of inspiration or that level of creativity again, and yet she always manages to. It's remarkable. It really is. And this is why she is who she is. Incredible. There's only one thing I like more than sharing what I know with other people, and that's learning. Please, someone teach me something I don't already know. Trust like this, sex, romance, blind ambition. I'd rather be your lover. School is in session. That's the idea of like love is almost like getting rid of your ego and understanding that there's always more to learn. There's always more that can be learned from people. When, you know, I met my boyfriend, it felt like I was learning new things about myself on the daily, you know, and it's allowed me to grow and change. And that is kind of what love should be, I think. People are afraid of change, but actually allowing yourself to learn and allowing yourself to change by throwing your ego out the door and just surrendering yourself to another person, I think is a wonderful thing. And that kind of feels like what this song is about. This one actually feels like so much of what I was kind of expressing about like this album in general feels like it's summed up in here in terms of her approach to art and how she's managed to actually come back and be inspired again. It's by constantly learning. Paint me with your memory, not with your eyes. I'm not colorblind and I won't compromise. Paint me with your memory is so beautiful. Like this idea of like your experiences are what shapes you and what makes you see the world differently. And I don't want your shallow admission from your eyes. I want to see what your soul says about me. You know, I feel like lyrically, this feels like Madonna's like best album. The catchy kind of hookiness, the funness of a lot of it, but also just like the way that she so concisely and beautifully seems to explore all these themes of identity and the meaning of dance and the meaning of spirituality and connecting to a different plane through the anonymity on the dance floor and all this kind of stuff. Like the way that she's expressing it through lyric, I think is just so sophisticated. Having just come from Confessions 1, I love New York, other places make me feel like a dork. Do you know what I mean? Her lyricism on this is so much more like, yeah, like grounded and so much more like artful and concise. As much as I love that song for what it gives, I really appreciate the way that she's grown as an artist, and that's what this whole song is about. Let's go on to the next one. This is Fragile.
People really think that there's a beginning and an ending to this thing called life. But energy never dies. Still, it's hard to let go. To let go.
I can't. This is incredible that she's exploring this.
We shared a name, we shared a fragile bond.
Oh, nice.
Now you're gone. This is the part I hate the most.
This is interesting. The beat is quite different, hey?
You've been hurt, been let down. You've been hurt before. When I'm alone,
And the acoustic guitars bag is so cool. Oh, yeah. Gorgeous. Oh, I love this.
we thought we'd run away and we'd be free.
Right.
I know you're fragile.
I like this moment of like having a slightly tender moment to kind of like reflect on like people who actually don't have a chance to fix themselves, you know?
Came to me in a dream. Don't forget about me. Don't forget to be happy.
Oh, gorgeous.
I know you're fragile, 'cause you've been
Gorgeous. Such a gorgeously smooth production here. Like, the heartbeat there. They've almost been brought back to life. The heartbeat keeps going even though it's slow, you know? Wow. Oh, we're on the next song. Wow, that's really powerful shit. Having the heartbeat come in, but then it slow down and then kind of disappear was like really like quite shocking, you know. That was a really interesting one. Like it really kind of felt like it set itself apart in like a really cool way. Reminded me like of like how on actually both Confessions and on Ray of Light, there is a similar kind of transition at this point in the album. Most of the way through the Confessions, you have the 4 on the floor, and then like towards the end, it changes. And it did the same thing here, where we actually moved into a different rhythm. So there must be something about the progression from 4 on the floor to changing rhythm that must be really interesting to her. Yeah, the reflections on death and life itself seem to be like a really powerful, powerful place to kind of go after everything we've seen about freedom and identity and discovering who you are. It feels like we're going deeper. And it's really amazing, especially considering like her age. It must be something that's like, you know, that she's thinking about, especially as more people around her will start to pass away. It's going to be very much like on her mind. People really think that there's a beginning and an ending to this thing called life, but energy never dies. It's just a portal we're going through. Still, it's hard to let go. It's this idea of like, obviously like when we die, we return to the earth and the energy continues into the cycle of life. And that is a way in which some people try and console themselves. But, you know, we're still emotional beings and it's very natural for us to fear death. She's trying to deal with it, but she's still not quite there, you know? Oh, it's really lovely and nuanced, actually. Very real. We shared a name, a home. We shared a fragile bond. Now you're gone. This must be about somebody that she used to be with who's passed away, right? Maybe it was somebody that, like a friend or something. I know you're fragile because you've been hurt, been let down. You couldn't be yourself now. You had a nervous breakdown. You can be yourself because you've been hurt before. Interesting. So it's about people who have been damaged by other people and don't recover from it, I think. When I'm alone, I see you standing there. I see inside your soul and I feel whole. Oh, we were so lost. As children, we would dream. We thought we'd run away and we'd be free. Oh God, it's about like what you hoped for the future as a child, what the two of you might have hoped for, and now one of them has passed away and she's trying to kind of like piece together like how she feels now about what her life's become, I think. You came to me in a dream, you said, don't forget about me and don't forget to be happy. Oh, so I hope you found a higher ground. That's really beautiful. Such a like surprising. That's the whole thing of this album, is that it's constantly surprising, but that one more in like the emotional depth of it. It's an incredible thing to add to the album at this point. Just absolutely wonderful. Right, next one. This is My Sins Are My Saviour with Stromae. Heartbeat is like so powerful. That's dun dun dun. That's changed. That's cool.
Mes péchés sont mon sauveur.
Oh. Cool.
My way of life.
Oh, sick. That is so cool.
Écoute un peu. Cassant les murs qui les aveuglaient, tu as libéré des âmes. Tu as toujours été son soldat.
Again, we're returning to the theme of religion, right? But inverting it, you know. Cool.
was just broken. Tried to take me down, he whispered lies.
Oof.
I would not give in. My sins are my savior.
Oof. Yeah. It's like freedom from like the judgment of others by admitting that like those bad things inside you are what free you, you know, will make you human. Wow. What a place to go. Oh. I love how that transition was purposefully like, it really kind of like breaks you out of it in a really cool way. I love that like last section. It felt very almost like noir with the piano and stuff. It was very, very cool. Yeah. I wasn't lost. I was just broken. They tried to bring me down. I don't care. My sins are my savior. So she said that in French first. The cracks let the light shine through. Light is the most beautiful weapon. Love is the strongest armor. I love like this idea of like inverting the idea of sin and kind of looking at it from the perspective of like the things within you that are imperfect, the cracks, are the thing that makes you human, are the thing that save you. Because actually at the end of the day, we're all trying to find some sort of like sense of humanity in our lives, whatever that means to you, whether that's like an identity thing, whether that's like a purpose thing. I think that's something we're all searching for. And I think once you realize that like the fact that you are imperfect is truly what makes you human, it's almost like a light bulb going off, because it really frees you, A, from having to be perfect, frees you from judgment, but also brings you closer to yourself. I think like if you're always being not honest with yourself about your faults, then you're not truly finding your identity. And I think that's kind of what she's getting at here. I've read the Marquis de Sade. Wait, what even is the Marquis de Sade? I just know it because it's in the Little Shop of Horrors. They tried to take me down. They tried to take my crown. They whispered lies. They tried to break me, but I will not give in. My sins are my savior. Maybe it's like reflecting on her career at this point and how she has had ups and downs. And she's like, you can try and tear me down and make me a laughing stock. But, you know, at the end of the day, things that are maybe imperfect about me are what make me human. And that's it. For her, it's about like pushing through and knowing that in herself, she's allowed to fail. And that's okay. She can always come back, and she fucking has. Right, next song, this is Betrayal. Beautiful start. I love that saxophone.
When the book of love
Maybe.
is written, you will not be mentioned. It's because you lost your faith.
Huh, okay.
This is the story of betrayal. You'll never take my mother's place.
Okay, interesting.
Let the water rush in. Let it go, let it go.
Wow. That's so cool. That piano feeling like super like noir. Yeah, it does feel very noir, doesn't it? But like kind of chopping it up and making it rhythmic. It's so random, but I actually love it so much.
It's not because I can't forgive you.
This properly feels like a early noughties Madonna song, doesn't it? Like, I love that. It's so sick.
This is the story of survival. You'll never take my mother's place.
That's such an intriguing line to me. That like siren-y thing that's kind of like threatening is so cool. Adds such an extra layer.
Let it go. And we're dancing, not forever. Till the end.
That's so cool.
Let it go.
What an incredible place to go. So unexpected, but just adds to the narrative in a really cool way, sonically, you know. Oh, wow. Gorgeous. Oh my God, gorgeous.
Little star.
Excuse me. Wait a second. I recognize that song. Before we get into that, whoa. Oh my God. Okay, that was... okay, we need to go back to Betrayal. Betrayal. Brilliant. oh my God, like so unexpected. Not expected to go to like a noir, that kind of old clunky piano and the saxophone / trumpet, whatever it is, bringing in that sense of like, the 1920s black and white movie style. Maybe it's 40s, I don't know, whatever it is. Really, really just such a powerful thing to draw from. And so kind of intriguing that it's like used to kind of backdrop this song called Betrayal. It's like she's solving the mystery, solving the case, you know. This is like the whole thing about this album is that it's expansive. Every single thing is thrown at you and challenges you, but it's done in such a kind of sophisticated way that you almost kind of don't even realize that you're being transported, you know. Oh, it's just like it's so artful, so surprising. But I might have to count the amount of times I say the word surprising. The book of love is written. I am the writer. And by the last page, you will not be mentioned. Oof, I'm cutting you out. It's not because you never loved me. It's just because you lost your faith. She's reflecting a lot on her life, almost like cataloguing her relationships, you know. And this is one where someone was kind of irredeemable, you know. This is a story of betrayal. You couldn't see your fall from grace. So take the hammer, hit the nail. You never take my mother's place. See, I'm not sure what like taking my mother's place would mean. Maybe it's like a kind of like looking at the trauma of her life. And she's like letting go of these things really mattering that much because of the perspective, how she's like, actually, my mother's place in my life will always be the thing that shaped me the most, you know. I think that's kind of my interpretation. Open the dam, let the water crash in, let it go, let it go. Yeah, I guess there's a sense of like letting go of those people who have harmed you. I guess it's like letting go of grudges. I like this idea that she's like exploring this idea of almost like writing her memoir, her writing her life story and looking at this person's place in it. And now we're dancing, yes, we're dancing, we're together forever. You betrayed me, you've enslaved me, we're together till the end. It does feel as if like she's admitting that they're going to be entangled for the rest of their lives, even if she cuts them out. And I guess that's her trying to find peace in that, I suppose, because she understands that like certain betrayals and certain traumas do change you forever. Yeah, very interesting song, very interesting song. Let's do the next one, which seems like maybe is Lola Leon. Maybe it's The Little Star. Oh my God, if that's her kid that she wrote Little Star about back. Was it Ray of Light, Little Star? Yeah, anyway, we'll see. Let's go. I love that synth. It's so gorgeous. Almost sounds like a ticking clock.
Little star, tried to put you on a pedestal.
I love that she's returning to that.
I didn't think of how we could disturb or how it hurt.
Wow.
The pain of cost.
Oh.
Always being washed. I know they try to put us to the test. We're not the same, but I'm treading on your footsteps. Sometimes
I love that.
and I hope and pray I can do the same for you. Shining on us, surrounding all around you. A hand tenderly reaching to me. You are
Gorgeous voice.
or the loads on my back and what I attract.
That was really nice.
Take you the landscape, make it alive.
Gorgeous. Oh my God, I love it. Oh, I wasn't expecting like a mother-daughter moment, but it is perfect, isn't it? That is actually so good. I was just saying how much I loved how glistening it is. It really kind of creates this like tenderness that is so beautiful and kind of shows like the mother-daughter connection in that tenderness, you know? Ooh, into the traffic. Oh, okay, and we've moved on to the next song. Really, yeah. Oh, what a fucking brilliant thing to do, to like bring your daughter on that you wrote a song about on Ray of Light. I mean, like the whole of Ray of Light is becoming a mother, right? And so having the song Little Star, speaking about your daughter with the little nickname Little Star, and then that being the first moment of this duet that you have your daughter, beautiful full circle moment, really kind of brings together this idea of the cycle of life, something that we've started to kind of like touch upon this back end of the album. She's reflecting on her past romances, she's reflecting on death, what she's going to write in her memoir, that kind of thing. And now she's reflecting on like the passage of time between when she wrote Little Star originally for her daughter when she was born, and now her daughter is like old enough to be on the track, you know? It's wonderful. And like, yeah, like really kind of stitches it all up in such a lovely way. To like use art to capture the passage of time is so wonderful. And it's something that the artists can only do when they've done it, when they've been through that, you know? And so much of pop, we don't allow women to get old in pop music. We don't allow them to share these parts of themselves. And I love that like Madonna is one of the rare people who have managed to kind of stay relevant and actually keep coming back throughout all these years, has managed to actually express so many parts of womanhood from these different angles, you know? And now, not only was she still relevant enough to write a song about having a kid, now she's still relevant at this time to actually have a song with her kid who's like 30 now, you know? It's really wonderful, and just like it's such a beautiful thing that she can capture that in the music, because it is so profound and so moving to like consider life from that angle. Beautiful, stunning. And I love how she stitched it together so specifically by starting with the little star reference, you know? Little star. I tried to put you on a pedestal. You didn't ask for all the flashing lights. I didn't think of how it could disturb or how it hurt. So she's kind of actually apologizing for bringing her into this world in a way. And actually, maybe she could have parented her in a better way if she'd understood like what it would have been for a small child to be the daughter of Madonna. And also, this is so healing to think about like her breaking the familial trauma. For her to actually reach out and kind of almost like say, I'm sorry, maybe there are ways in which I could have done it better, is beautiful and healing, and yeah, makes you think about generational trauma and the ways to kind of break those cycles, you know? And I tried to put us to the test. We're not the same, but I'm treading on your footsteps. I love that. It's such a beautiful lyric. It's like I'm holding your hand as you're walking in front of me like a little toddler. Sometimes I think I wish you'd go away, but my shadow stays. I think you wish I'd go away. So it's like knowing that like her daughter might feel as if Madonna herself is a looming presence in her life. It's understanding that and almost like maybe doubting yourself and like feeling guilty and feeling all mixed up for the way it kind of went. You made me whole when I was broken too. Oh, and I hope and pray I can do the same for you. Oh, that's so beautiful to sing that in tandem to one another. Oh, that's so gorgeous. Oh my God. A hand tenderly reaching to me. You're my reason to be. Oh my God. I trace the line of what you have sown. That is actually giving me chills. That is beautiful. Keep my own design, make it a landscape, make it alive. So it's like the daughter's maturity as well, like understanding that your parents shape you. You can't escape the shadow of your parents. You may feel like you need to at points, especially if your mom's Madonna. But at this point, she's in a place where she's like, you guided me and everything that I am is because of you. And I'm going to take what I've learned from you and make my own design from your thread that you've given me. You know, it's actually so gorgeous. It's shining on our skin. It's shining all around us. I just absolutely adore the tenderness in that song, because Madonna does kind of feel like a battering ram of a person, you know, throughout her whole career. And obviously, like, there are moments where she does reveal tenderness, but this is a real moment of tenderness where she's willing to say, I might have made mistakes with you, and now I feel all mixed up about like how you might perceive me. And then for it to be so healing for the daughter to actually say, I've come to my own terms with this and I don't know what I'd do without you, is gorgeous. And like, it must be really healing for Madonna and for the daughter to kind of go through this and make that song together as well. It's beautiful. I can't get over it. It's wonderful. And it sounded beautiful. It sounded tender, and yet it still had all that kind of like the groove and the experimentation that fits into the whole album. Just brilliant. Was not expecting that. It's so great. Before we go into the final song, this is a shout out to my patrons. Hello, everybody on Patreon. Thank you so much, everybody who supports me on Patreon. You have made it possible for me to go full time as a content creator and editor. And I am so pleased to be doing this full time now. This last month has been absolutely wonderful for me. And I have you guys on Patreon to thank, because it would not be possible without you at all. So thank you so much. Yeah, if you want to get involved over on Patreon, there are a number of ways to get involved from the free tier upwards. So on the free tier, you can get access to my weekly newsletter where I talk about all things music, all things that's actually going on in terms of my content, and also all things that's going on in my life. I've got a lot going on in the next couple of weeks, so I'll have a lot of updates about Pride and all the random events that I'm going to. On the £3 tier, you can get access to like extra bonus content. So that's my live reactions, including my reaction to the Confessions tour and the Blonde Ambition tour, and more tours in the future. I'm going to keep doing them. You also get access to my opinion pieces. You also get access to my reactions to new songs and music videos. Basically, the kind of shorter stuff is there. And on the £7 tier, you get the uncut versions of all my album reactions that go onto YouTube, and all the bonus album reactions that only go on Patreon as well. So that's my more in-depth long form videos are on the £7 tier, and there's loads of bonus content happening every single month, including the requests. So in the upper tiers, you can request songs, artists or albums from me, which I will be opening up soon. I'm on holiday this month, so I'm not going to open up this month, but probably next month I'm going to be adding more slots. And every single thing that's requested also ends up on the Patreon. So there's loads of extra bonus content on every single tier for everyone to enjoy. So yeah, head over there, get access to loads of exclusive content, get a direct line to me, and yeah, get involved in with the community as well. Thank you everyone who currently supports me. Let's go on to the final song. This is L.E.S. Girl, or Les for short. See, now that guitar reminds me of Ray of Light, you know.
On Avenue B, she paints her lips cherry red. Lower East Side girl.
Oh, Lower East Side, okay. Gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
Oh, beautiful.
Everything fades away
Ooh.
except for you.
Passing of time again, hey?
She wears his leather jacket out in the rain. Sleeps to forget his name. Can't forget that boy at all. Lower East Side girl. Everything fades away except for you.
I literally love that. Another unexpected move. Like this whole back half of the album has this like real unexpected tender quality, you know?
He played guitar on St. Mark's Place. Bleach blonde, dirty roots, Lower East Side girl. Lost in a fragile world. Lower East Side boy. I wasn't meant for you.
Jesus.
Everything fades away.
Wow. Ooh. God. I wasn't expecting to get emotional in this album, but that was really surprisingly stunning. Oh my God, what a way to end it. Oh my God. Oh my God. Wow. That's just crazy. Shocking, but like a beautiful, beautiful ending. Oh, such a surprise. Such a tender, quiet reflection on time, you know, and the way it changes us all. God, that's really profound. It really is just, oof, really gorgeous. On Avenue B, she paints her lips cherry red, mirror cracked in her hand, eyeliner smeared, running out the door, still there from the night before. So this is like, she's really looking back at who she was when she first started her career. Lower East Side girl lost in a fragile world. The night is kind, the day is blue. Everything fades away except for you. You're still there, you know. That Lower East Side girl is still there within me. Oh, that's so wonderful. He played guitar on St. Mark's Place, had a Marlon Brando face, painted nails the same shade as his boots, bleach blonde, dirty roots. Lower East Side boy, I wasn't meant for you. Everything fades away. God, to end the album with Everything Fades Away is just absolutely stunning. Thinking about, you know, how things change, some things aren't meant to be. It just feels like such a poignant thing to end the album on, because it's about letting go. It's okay. Things change. I'm glad that some things don't change. I'm glad that like I still have myself. I'll always remember you. You will have always changed me, but things move on and things fade away and then we die, you know? It's just like really profound. I honestly can't get over it. It's so stunning. I was not expecting that at all. Phenomenal. Like, where do I even start with this album? Like, honestly, I could not be more surprised by how incredible that was. I, like others, were like doubting whether she'd be able to pull it off, especially considering like bringing in a sequel to one of your most highly regarded albums. It begs for comparison. How would you ever be able to compare yourself to something like that? You know, you're almost setting yourself up for failure in some ways. And yet, like, it doesn't fail at all. It's a triumph, an absolute triumph. At this point, we really shouldn't be surprised, should we? Because she's done it so many times. She's come back and proved everybody wrong. The film was brilliant and that really kind of coloured a lot of my opinion, but I was still hesitant as to whether she'd be able to pull it off, but she did. And it was everything I wanted it to be. I was worried that like her ego might get in the way of her doing an album that was really reflective and really like looking back at her life. I worried that like basically since Confessions 1, maybe her ego had kind of like taken over and she wouldn't be able to access a place of like humility because of her fame, because of where she got into, because of like the media and everything basically cancelling her and her becoming a laughing stock in certain moments, you know, but she did. And I'm so glad she did, because it feels like this like beautiful cap of her career up until this point. I will not count her out and not say that she won't come back with another incredible album in her 80s. Like, do you know what I mean? She's still got plenty of years to keep making music. But like, yeah, I'm just so pleased that like she did go to such a kind of emotional, tender place, especially towards the end. So let's have a look at the album as a whole. We're exploring dance, right? We're exploring the dance floor. We're continuing the themes of Confessions 1, freedom, being able to find yourself and reinvent yourself on the dance floor, the spirituality and reaching a higher plane through music and dance. All those things are there in Confessions 1, but we're looking at them from the perspective of someone who's lived another 21 years since then. And so what has changed? All those things are there in Confessions 1, but for me are expressed here in a more sophisticated way. You can tell that there's a maturity and a reflection to what these things mean. And so they kind of come across in a very nuanced way and very like well considered the whole way through. But I love how the album really transitions. It's like a one-directional album. And as soon as she's out of that kind of fall to the floor thing, she allows herself to just completely expand into a new area. If you were to compare I Feel Love to L.E.S, Lower East Side Girl, the vibes are totally opposite. And yet the way that it transports you through this whole journey feels completely cohesive because it gradually moves you. And for me, like story-wise, it almost kind of feels like, okay, so this is what the dance floor means. And when I enter myself into the dance floor, what thoughts come up? To start with, it's like thoughts of freedom from the pressure of being Madonna, freedom in reinventing yourself. But then once you're in that place, you reach this like higher spiritual plane. And once you're in that higher spiritual plane, what are the things that you start unpicking? You know, because then she starts talking about, you know, coming to the dance floor and unwinding your trauma. The next stage then, and this is how we transition into the back half of the album, is like, what are the traumas that Madonna is unpicking? It's the traumas of past relationships, some that worked, some that didn't, some that she feels betrayed by, the traumas of like bringing up a child and worrying that you didn't give them a fair shot at life because of like the world that you brought them into. We start looking at death. We start looking at how life is fragile. I've been letting my imperfections weigh me down for so long, but this is the moment where I actually admit that those imperfections bring me closer to my own humanity, and that frees me from the fear of failing. And then ends on this like gorgeous little reflection on life and the way that times have changed. It's absolutely stunning. Before you've realized it, you've gone from like dancing in the club and suddenly you're considering what the meaning of fucking life is. And that is what the freedom on the dance floor is there to promise you. Getting closer to a sense of your own humanity through freedom of dance, through this primality of dance. And she leads us through that journey so that maybe us ourselves can have those kinds of reflections and find that freedom and find that individuality and understand ourselves and forgive ourselves. Yeah, it's just a masterpiece. Because actually, as well as the story, the actual sonics are so expansive. It feels like the future of dance music. It probably feels like how Confessions 1 felt hearing it in 2005 is how I feel hearing this in 2026. It like obviously has references to dance genres of the past, obviously house, obviously trance moments too, but the way that it never rests on its laurels and constantly surprises you sonically feels very prescient for me in terms of like what the kind of cutting edge of music is doing right now. You think about like people like Underscores. They never let you settle on one sound. They're constantly surprising you. Obviously, people like Underscores are much more frantic and youthful in their approach, whereas Madonna's approach to that surprise is much more sophisticated and confident and laid back. So it's a very different style, but still has a center of like constant surprise, constantly challenging you as a listener. I feel like the next wave of dance pop music is going to be more challenging. And I think Madonna understands that and so finds a way to consistently challenge you. It's bringing in strings or something when you completely didn't expect it. It's bringing in a tender acoustic guitar when you completely didn't expect it. Rhythms where like it's fall to the floor and then she just takes it away, and it's like constantly she keeps you on your toes throughout the whole thing, and that's how it feels like it's part of the future of music. It's a very, very exciting thing to witness, especially considering like the fact that she's like 68, 69. Is that how old she is now? It's fabulous. It's phenomenal. She just will not give up. And I think it's just so powerful to hear that perspective from somebody of that age, you know, in dance music. It just doesn't happen. And for Madonna herself, feels like an incredible evolution of her artistry. It's just astonishing. I absolutely loved it. I think some might end up criticizing this album because there aren't any obvious correlatory kind of hit single vibes. Apart from maybe Danceteria and Bring Your Love, there isn't a hung up. I mean, to hold it to that standard is crazy in itself. But for me, I don't think this album is trying to do that. I don't think this album is a pop album, really. It's not trying to have pop hits. And I think that in letting go of trying to find another hung up, I think she's been freed in creating something that's far more sophisticated, far more focused on telling a story rather than trying to bring a hit. You know, and I think what she's trying to do is create this experience. You know, she doesn't need a hit. She doesn't need a song that's going to like go to number one, because that's not what pop music is about anymore. Pop music is about creating an experience and creating a world for your fan base. And she has given them something, us, I'm including myself now, she's given us something that is a complete world. It's a complete experience. It's not like she's trying to have a hit and she's failing. She's rising herself above the need to even have a hit because she's Madonna. And she's not saying that by saying, bitch, I'm Madonna. She's saying that by saying, I don't need to make any concessions. No concessions on the dance floor is what should be called. And for that, it rises her to a kind of pedestal of artistry that I think she had kind of lost for a while. Right, top 5 time. I think I'm going to have to say The Test is definitely up there. I was going to say Fragile, but like, I'm going to have to go back through because I'm like, oh shit. Because I loved Love Without Words as well. I think I Feel So Free now in context of the album. It feels like the trendsetter. I'm going to say Fragile because at the moment of like understanding that like we're talking about death, I thought it was a really, really powerful thing. So I Feel So Free, Danceteria for obvious reasons, Love Without Words, Fragile, and The Test. I'm going to say on my top 5 now. Oh, what about Bizzarre? Oh God, I loved Bizzarre. Okay, I'm going to take away Love Without Words and put in Bizzarre. Okay, so I Feel So Free, Danceteria, Bizzarre, Fragile, and The Test. Okay, I'm saying that's my top 5, okay? Let me know what your top 5s are. I would love to know. There's so many songs on here and they're all very different, so I would love to hear kind of what everybody thinks about the different places we go on this album. Yeah, make sure to go over to Patreon if you want more Madonna content. I will be reacting to the Blonde Ambition tour. That should be up on Patreon right now, so make sure to go check it out on the £3 here. And make sure to go join in the conversation over on Patreon. I'm sure everyone's going to be going mad over this album in the next coming weeks. Yeah, God, thanks for joining me for this video. The link to the Patreon is here. And if you want to check out all of my other Madonna reactions, the playlist is here.